Pisces people, how are you doing? I want to tell y'all, I have been trying to get Pisces reading done for like 2 days, okay? Every time I started, I was like, this can't be right, and I just quit the reading. If it comes out again today, I'll know it's right, okay? But sometimes I just think, okay, maybe I'm having an off day. So we'll just see what comes up, Pisces, okay? This reading is going to go like this. It is going to be, the first part is going to be the left part of the reading that has to do with if you're dealing with someone. The next part I've changed just a little bit. It is a general reading for all Pisces. And the last part of this will be advice for all Pisces, or really just anyone, okay? Certainly check all of your zodiac placements, right? And when you're watching me and other tarot readers, I did a video recently explaining why that's important and how different aspects of your birth chart may resonate in different ways. You can see that in my playlist called Self-Improvement, okay? And what else was I going to say? I don't know. But anyway, if you want a free birth chart, there is a link in the description box below this video. Okay, Pisces, let's get started on those of you dealing with someone maybe from the past, someone in your mind you're crushing on, you got a relationship going on, a situationship, you know the drill, right? Could be any of those things, but I guarantee you, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Take what resonates, and again, check all of your placements for what may or may not resonate, right? Different signs. Okay, with that being said, Pisces, let's get started. Whoa, okay. You know what? This is consistent with what I've been getting. Okay, so this tells me what I did not really want to know, but okay, it is what it is, Pisces. We are going to talk. Okay. All right, so, you know, here's what I see. All right, first of all, I think there is a lot of, you know, fluctuations in the whole thing between you and your person. You know, 1 minute it's good, 1 minute it's not. Mostly not, okay? And you know what? This is more not than it's been being when I've seen what I've seen in the past. So, yeah. All right. Let's talk about the energy in your your person's energy. Okay, we'll start there and we'll go from there. Okay. But at any rate, okay. First of all, someone is feeling very, very overburdened, okay? We've got the Nine of Swords, all about overthinking, overburdened, and also resisting healing. By the way, if you hear something in the background, that is my dog. She is like currently drinking water, so if that's what you hear, then, you know, I apologize. But Carolina is a very important energy as far as my readings go. You probably didn't know that, but okay. Back to the reading. Nine of Wands, all about not resisting healing, basically, right? Feeling like, you know, that they're irreplaceable kind of thing. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, when I get that cardinal love reading, it can mean, you know, that you might hear things like, you'll never find anybody to love you like me, and, you know, I'm the only person that might ever love you, or, you know, things of that nature, right? Okay. So, you know, I really see for a lot of you that this is coming or has come to an end for two reasons, okay? You have the Strength card, but it's in the reverse, and that's all about there just not being any power, if you will, or any oomph in the situation. But even more so, the Ten of Swords in the upright speaks to that, right? It is, you know, the end of a cycle with basically no hope, okay? Very painful ending, very, very tragic and very heartbreaking. That's in your person's energy, okay? These energies can go both ways, okay? So just take what resonates. But, you know, in your energy, I kind of like some of what I'm seeing, okay? I think you're getting past some of this, okay? But, you know, you have the Two of Pentacles in the upright, which can mean to struggling to make a decision. Maybe it's making a decision to move on. I don't know. Okay. But some kind of a decision, that's Carolina. She says hello. Some kind of a decision that, you know, needs to be made, or some balance in the relationship that is just not, that you're struggling with as far as, and you know, balance can speak to a couple of different things, Pisces folks, certainly between your spiritual and your 3D world, right? And then, you know, within our world, we have, you know, demands around us. You know, we're all parents, you know, we have parents, we have children, we have, you know, spouse, significant others, we have friends, coworkers, and then of course ourselves, right? Self-care, spirituality, all of those things. And so the advice in that card is always about, you know, being a good steward with your energy, and as to where you need to, you know, don't neglect certain areas. Certainly not yourself, Pisces. That's the very first priority, okay? But the advice in the Two of Pentacles is, you know, for patience and making sure you have all the information before you make a decision, okay? All right, Five of Swords reversed gives me some hope about this situation, because I think in some ways you are coming past some of this, okay? That does speak to outgrowing some of, you know, kind of the pettiness, the drama, and that sort of thing, which I like. Now, the High Priestess is in the reverse. Never a good thing, okay? Can speak to a couple of different things. Somebody in the situation is too withdrawn, okay? Maybe somebody needs to come forward and speak the truth. That could very well be the case for some of the folks watching, okay? Or, you know, maybe there's some things that are not seen, okay? Or maybe some things you haven't seen that you need to look at as far as how to deal with this situation. The High Priestess advice is always about doing self-care, meditation, shadow work. That's always the advice there. But, you know, and maybe somebody is avoiding doing that, okay? Because, you know, we've got that in your person's energy and your energy. Well, if you've watched me very long, you know how I feel about that. Like attracts like, right? So if it's on one side, it's very probable that it would certainly make sense that it is on the other side as well, you know? But, you know, and then going forward, okay? You know, we've got in the future, okay, Eight of Wands reversed is in the middle. That can mean blocked communication, or little to no communication, or poor communication, or no action, or very little, okay? Just not moving forward. Stagnation, maybe denial even of what's really going on, okay? Page of Swords in the reverse, okay, you know, can mean a lack of objectivity, right? The Page of Swords is certainly my spy card, but it's in the reverse, okay? So I'm really not getting that with these other cards that I'm seeing at all. I don't think that relates to any of this, you know, except that maybe somebody's not watching somebody anymore, which I hope so, if this has happened, okay? Because, you know, I mean, at this point, you know, and we've got the Hanging Man, again, being in limbo, okay? But here again, you know, when the Eight of Wands, and it is in the reverse, I talked about the stagnation and the, you know, lack of communication or action associated with that, okay? But this is very important. The advice, when you see the Eight of Wands, is traditionally very apropos in this situation, and that is this. Take a look at what you did right in this and what you did wrong, and make changes to move forward. And I don't necessarily mean with this person, okay? Because here's the thing, okay? Obviously, for many of my Pisces, you know, viewers, you had something that went terribly wrong. I mean, I can't deny that from these cards, okay? Here's the thing, Pisces, and you've heard me probably say this, but I'm going to say it again for those of you who don't know me and my style and my reading. All right, and this is, I stole this from Rich Lop, so thank you for this, Rich. I'm just going to borrow this from you. This is definitely, I got to give credit where credit is due. But you've got two people here that attracted one another energetically and came together, right? Now, if one of them starts doing energy work, shadow work, right? I've got videos of all of that information on how to get you started. Okay, that's all it is, but it will get you started. It is a good foundation in my playlist called Self-Improvement. But okay, here you are. You've attracted, right? And here you still are. You're still vibrating on the same level. But, or maybe not, I don't know. But here's the thing. When somebody starts to do energy work, one of you, not both, this is the illustration, you know, you start to do a little shadow work, a little meditation, right? A little self-care. right? Taking a look at what you did wrong and what you did right, right? Start watching some videos, right? This is where you are with this other person vibrationally. Okay, you can't come back together unless both of you, really, in my opinion, with this kind of thing, you have to come apart. If you know, and I don't even know that there's, you know, you can't control what another person may or may not do, right? And very, very few people in this world can do the energy work and stay in a relationship. And I talk about that a lot in my I think it's my soul connection videos in the same playlist I talked about, because here's why. A relationship is going to be a distraction, okay, from energy work, especially, you know, when you're working through baggage and things of that nature. So it's just about impossible. When I see cards like what I did, what that tells me is these people, both of them, just need to get away from each other, take a long time. But don't, you know, it's not always about the clock either, or the calendar, right? Because it's not simply a passage of time. Certainly there needs to be a cooling off pattern, period, but also energy work. And energy work does take time. It is work, okay? I'm not going to lie, but it's worth it. The peace, the finally getting off the hamster wheel of failed relationship after failed relationship, right? So, but it's, you know, more often than not, and I don't, you know, I feel like I'm a pretty above average energy worker. I'm not even sure if I could do it, okay? I'm not certain. I wouldn't even try. It's just such a distraction, because a relationship does take energy, you know, if you do this right, you know that, right? So, you know, you really just want to avoid getting into anything until, you know, you have worked through some stuff and spent some time alone doing energy work, right? Okay, I know that was a lot, but okay, here we are to the next part of the reading. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since that was like it was, I'm going to change this up from what I talked about. We're going to switch over to just singles for a moment, and then I'll go back and do my regular general reading for all Pisces, okay? All right, singles, what do we need to know if you're looking for something or that sort of thing, okay? This can be, if there are several options out there, perhaps. This can consist of red lights, caution lights, green lights, and that sort of thing, okay? But just to kind of know what might be in your energy as far as love options go, okay? Here we go. One cut. That's going to do it. All right. All right. All right. Wow. Okay. So, pretty interesting. All right. You have, you know, the Ace of Cups. Beautiful card. All about self-love. Perfect to be poised to walk into a new relationship. It's all about seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. Ace of Cups. Now, can mean a love offer, usually something new, okay, which I'm a big fan of. Now, you have the World card. So I think for a lot of you, there is some potential out there. This is all about completion, success, and happiness. And this card literally is having a great self-awareness and being ready for the next phase. I'm so glad I interrupted the reading to do this for my singles, okay? I just felt, you know, sometimes you just got to follow your intuition as you go along. Now, you have the Two of Pentacles, okay? All about patience and balance, right? Maybe needing to make sure you stay balanced, okay? And, you know, the advice on the Two of Pentacles, part of it is, of course, to the cautionary thing of staying balanced, being patient. But part of it is this: don't make any rash decisions, right? Gather all the information and observe, right? I have learned this. It has taken a long time of my life, but I have learned the value of taking a step back without somebody knowing it, particularly a new love interest, and just let them talk and listen, right? You know, you know, many of you know I'm a senior level business professional. And as such, I learned a long time ago in the interview process when I'm hiring people, if you are just quiet and let people talk, you can learn so much. And you just sit there and you smile, right? And, you know, you never let on that you're getting everything they're telling you. Hello, right? But, you know, it helps you make great decisions, because if people feel like, you know, if you make people comfortable enough to be honest with you, eventually they will. Okay. Well, dating, I mean, I hate to compare the two, but it really is. Dating is much like, when you're interviewing someone to come to work at your company. It's the same thing because, you're going to spend a lot of time with this person either way, right? And so dating many times, especially when you first start dating someone or date them for the first couple of times, it almost is an interview process. And a lot of times if you just sit there and smile like this and you listen and you really pay attention, man, you can catch on to stuff. Now, I think, like I said, many of you have some viable things coming in, but the Two of Pentacles is here. So you may have a couple of things, okay? The Two of Pentacles is all about learning how to interview people in the dating process, letting them feel comfortable enough to be completely honest with you and tell you everything, right? You'll find out whether or not they've worked through their baggage, I mean, when I first start talking to somebody and the first thing they say is, I just want you to know right now, I'm not looking for a cheater, boom, that's a big, that's not even a red flag, that's a, I'm out, okay? Because you know what? They're still hung up on something from the past that I didn't do. And I don't want to be bled on when I didn't cut a person, right? I've done it, I've had it done to me, but you know what? Those days are over for me. I've raised my vibration. I can cut through the BS. I've, gotten into this Queen of Swords energy, right? And I have no problem, smiling, but getting the heck out of Dodge, right? I'm good, I mean, I'm polite, but no, it's done. And you know what? That's oftentimes why I won't let somebody buy me dinner. Either it's Dutch or it's just a cup of coffee because I don't want to feel like I owe anybody a damn thing, right? No, hell no. So, okay, now the general reading for Pisces folks. Okay, sorry I got off on that tangent, but you know what? I think that's pretty sage advice for anyone in any situation, right? Okay, all right. Pisces, general reading for you. What do you need to know? What's in your current energy and what do we have going forward, Pisces? One more cut. All right, that was it. All right, here we go. Current energies. All right. Well, kind of interesting. I think I'm pretty encouraged by where a lot of you are. Okay, and maybe some of you, even in the first part of this reading where we were dealing with someone, I think some of you are moving towards working through some crap, okay? And I'll tell you why. All right, Six of Cups reversed is having worked through your baggage, okay? Great. I mean, that's just, when it's in the reverse, that's basically, ready, going towards being ready to move forward. Two of Swords in the reverse, always all about roadways opening up and conflicts within your life resolving, okay? Blindfolds coming off, you starting to see some truth, right? Develop some intuition. Page of Wands in the upright, love, love, love it. Very youthful energy. Independent thinker, critical thinker, right? Not somebody that just, goes with the majority, right? But, and not concerned about the opinion of other people, but just more concerned about how they feel about how they've done at the end of the day. Where are you going moving forward? What do we need to know? You know what? I like it. Nine of Swords reversed, coming out of drama. 10 of Wands reversed, right? Again, coming out of a situation of overthinking, right? And Knight of Wands, okay? Now, be careful on the Knight of Wands. Don't be so quick to be angry, okay? Don't be afraid to take action in the right circumstances is the other advice associated with these cards. And the 10 of Wands, the advice is to go inside, right? And don't focus on past setbacks. Because here's the thing. I don't really believe that failure exists unless you call it that. And I'll tell you, or look at it that way in your own mind. I'll tell you this, in my world, these are the experiences. It's always a win. Okay. Sometimes it's like a win, and it looks like a win. Sometimes it's a win because it's a lesson. Okay. And it was a growing experience. Every single thing that happens to you is not really happening to you. It's happening for you, and it is giving you the opportunity to learn and grow and find some strength and abilities in yourself. They've always been there, kind of like Glinda and the Good Witch, right? You've always had the power within yourself. You just didn't know it, right? But these experiences help you to understand it. But certainly the Nine of Swords is all in the reverse. is all about, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, right? And confronting your fears many times is the advice associated with that card, right? Having your boundaries and just politely refusing to give an inch on those boundaries, right? All about, you know, keeping your heart safe until the right time, right? Definitely do not ignore your shadow work. You know, when things hit you in the face, it's for a reason. And if you don't acquiesce to that, right, you know, then you're going to have a tower moment. And the tower moments are not pleasant, because that is literally the destruction of something that is built on shifting sand or false beliefs, right? That house of cards. And it has to happen, right? And it is for your good. It's just better if you can avoid those by, you know, facing things as soon as you see them. All right, let's get some advice for you now from Moonology, as well as my own personal deck, right? Moonology, real quick for my Pisces folks. What do we have? Look at the bigger picture, right? Sagittarius energy may or may not mean something to you, right? But again, this is all about stepping back, and I talked about this earlier, and observing, okay? And, you know, just listening and watching and gathering information before making a decision, right? Nothing is set in stone, right? You have the power to change energy. It is all in your court, right? What do you need to release? I believe we got a new moon here. We're right around the new moon, or a full moon coming up, and that's the perfect time to release things, right? And you know what? This is your card. This is a Pisces card in the Moonology deck. Balance, and I've talked about balance throughout this reading. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, right? Balance between your spiritual obligations to yourself and your 3D obligations around you. Don't get so caught up in your 3D obligations that you neglect yourself. Because look, if you're trying to give from an empty cup, and that's what will happen if you don't, if you ignore your need to be in, you know, to spend time, you know, in spiritual matters, then you're going to be trying to pour from an empty cup, and not only can you not help someone, but you will hurt them if you're trying to pour from an empty cup, right? Okay, speak the truth, right? Even when your voice shakes. This is my own little cheesy deck that I made that I love, that has sayings in it that mean a lot to me. Okay, and you know what? Here's another one. If you found out that you were dying, would you be nicer? Would you love more? Would you try something new? Well, guess what? You are. We all are. So live every day to be better than you were the day before, and to do the best and be the best person you can. That's what that's about. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Pisces, I wish you many, many blessings, a lot of healing energy sent your way, and a lot of peace.